What's up? Welcome in, Deb. Hello, hello, and hello over on YouTube as well. We are just getting started. First couple seconds in, so give us a second. Palaquin, what's up? Welcome in. Let me share this out, guys. Give me 1 second and hit that like button while you wait. How is everyone's Friday? Just Carl, what's up? Welcome in. Hope you guys are all having a phenomenal day. And if not, hopefully this live will make it better. But put what you want to talk about in the comments. I mean, it's been a crazy week in politics and the world in general. So if there's anything in specific you guys want to talk about, please let me know. And guys, do just give it a few minutes for a couple people to join in. Bozeman, what's up? Welcome in. Jackson, hello. We just got started about a minute ago, so it might take a second or two to get some people in here. But how is everyone doing? Bernie, what's up? Welcome in. How you doing? How you doing? Nice to see you. It's been a couple days. But how is everyone? Happy Friday. And I've got some big news for all two of you in here since it's not pushing me out and no one's hitting that like button. Penelope's back. So, with that being said, every 1,000 likes, Bernie, it's glad to know you're doing good. Ryan, hello over on YouTube. But Penelope is back, and every 1,000 likes, we will be visiting Penelope. Although they will only be like 3-second visits because I've been on a 10-day tea break. But put what you guys want to talk about in the comments. We'll go over to ground news. There is so much happening this week in general. I know it's probably been very overwhelming, but hopefully you guys have also found some joy. Kind of a quiet chat today. Likes are going up a little bit. What's up, Ryan? Thanks for being over on both. I appreciate it, and it's nice to be back. We're going to give people a few more minutes to tune in. Um, but again, yeah, if there's anything, guys, it's Friday, so we tend to have a little bit more fun on Fridays. But if there are answers for you, what's up, welcome in. If there are anything in particular you guys want to talk about that is political, that's still fine too. You guys let me know the vibe, how we want to spend this evening. I'm gonna be on till the top of the hour, so till 7 p.m. And then I'm gonna rest and take a break from the week. But answers for you. Thank you so much for sharing the live. Mark, welcome in. How is everybody doing? You guys are being kind of quiet today. Kind of quiet. A little weird. Tony, what's up? Welcome in. Happy Friday, everyone. Again, it's been a heavy week. If you're looking for some joy though, give me 1 second. Come here. Come on. We'll start it off with some joy. Welcome to the show, JP, who's basically the channel mascot. And if you guys are wondering why I keep looking over here, we are live on YouTube as well. So anytime you want to catch a live over here and you might have missed it, happy Freya's Day, JP for the win. But anytime we go live and you might have missed it, you can always watch it over on YouTube. It's absolutely free. And with that, we just hit 1,000 likes. But first, Bernie said, I trolled a flat earther and said somebody had the brain capacity of Michael Kelso. Dang. That's a good one. I got to start using that one. But no, Ariana, we are just getting started. We're just warming up and we had just hit 1,000 likes. So, Ariana, you don't know this yet, but you do now. Penelope has returned. So give me 1 second. Oh, it'd be nice to turn it on. All right. So here we go. Bear with me. And I guess we'll just get into it. Is there any place you guys want to start talking about? I've already discussed with Ryan a little bit. The last time we were live, I kind of went down a conspiracy theory rabbit hole. I name it a conspiracy theory because it's all alleged. I'll bet Trump is big mad tonight. Oh, absolutely. My Friday was, it started rough, but now I'm here with you guys, so it's really good. The band Ghost is really good. All right, cool, cool, cool. But I went down this like masked movie star ranch. We're trying to, we got to preserve the live. But and I went down the rabbit hole of who owns it now that the Truth Commission, Ryan, thank you so much for the heart me. Now that the Truth Commission has been approved to start investigating that land, it was a self-proclaimed Trump Republican by the name of Don Huffins. He went up against Greg Abbott a couple years ago, lost, only got 12% of the vote, but he's now running again for Texas Comptroller. Now, of course, when I hear that someone that calls themselves a Trump Republican, the first thing I did was check the files. And oddly enough, also, guys, just so we know, It's already given me notifications, but oddly enough, this name didn't pop up at all. So I looked further into it and I found out that Don Huffins is actually a Dallas Fort Worth area. Like he's big in realty there, um, owns a lot of shit. But this is a separate LLC and it's out and it's not actually under Don Huffins, it's under his wife. And his son is listed as the manager of that LLC. Well, after going down that rabbit hole to see if anything weird happened with them, it wasn't the son that's the manager of the LLC that stood out to me. It's his other son, Russell. Russell Huffins, who is a White House cabinet member, or White House staffer, but it's like a senior level position whose primary job is to ensure that the government departments are basically acting in accordance with the president and his wishes, including the DOJ. And guess when he was appointed? June 2025. And if that doesn't ring a bell to you, that's around the time they started pushing for the Transparency Act to be passed. Now, again, everything I told you, I'm not alleging or implicating anything. But again, in 2026, I don't think we should believe in coincidence that much. It would make no sense to believe in that much of a coincidence. So I encourage you. What's up, Grayson, over on YouTube? I encourage you to look into that as well. Because now the owner of that property wants to turn it into a Christian retreat, which is the original thing that actually set off my pattern recognition. And we now find out that not only had that LLC been contacted and had been offered millions of dollars of excavation equipment and cadaver dogs and just ignored it. Now that they announced the Christian retreat, we find out there's already been excavation equipment on site. So I wonder what they were doing since June 2025. Do I have any plans for the weekend? None planned. I might stay in all day. I might not. Hey, we got buddies in here. What's up, Dr. Love? Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Um, but yeah, I think that's too much of a coincidence to believe in. Another thing that's too much of a coincidence to believe in is if you did not know, they have found in Marietta, Georgia, which is in Cobb County, I believe, they found a black man hanging from a tree. And of course, yet again, they're saying it was self-inflicted. Now, obviously, I'm not trying to lessen what that would be, but we're trying to abide by guidelines. Um, But this isn't the first time that's happened. I mean, I think there were 5 cases last year that happened. One that stands out to me particularly was a 21-year-old by the name of Trey Reed. And he was found on the campus hanging from a tree on Delta State University. And they ruled it self-inflicted despite there being blunt force trauma to the back of that young man's head. Exactly, Ryan. Exactly. It absolutely is. And all they stop at all these preliminary investigations and just say it's self-inflicted. There were 5 lynchings last year that were all people of color except for one. Um, but he was an unhoused person, and that one, ironically, got more attention than any of them. But it was a couple days after Trey Reed, actually. And all of them, all of them were ruled self-inflicted. That just doesn't fucking happen. And in a place like Marietta, Georgia, in Cobb County, I'm from Alabama, don't forget, that was not fucking self-inflicted. That was a message. Plain and fucking simple. And of course, this isn't going to get national attention. No, no. Now Trump is putting out things saying that he's going to show us everything about the aliens. I don't give 2 fucks about those aliens unless they're going to hold the monsters in the file accountable and they're going to help America recover. Plain and fucking simple. I don't give 2 shits. Someone in my comments actually said they were saying, like this is Trump's Hail Mary, and I think it's funny because there's literally a movie coming out about aliens called Project Hail Mary. But Ryan, you're right. I'm going to take a little break because we did hit 5K. So give me 1 second. And guys, I'm going to try to start Posting a little bit more this week was just a very, very challenging one, but we got through it, and I hope you guys did as well. And I hope you found some joy in it. But if you didn't, I'll bring JP back a little bit later. And if you partake, please join me whenever I visit Penelope, or if you do anything else to make yourself feel better that's appropriate, feel free to join every time we visit Penelope. But how's everybody doing? Exactly, Ryan. No Trump, no KKK, no fascist USA. I've had to deal with a lot of willfully ignorant people. And ignorant is not an insult, it means a lack of knowledge. Therefore, willfully ignorant means you are staying in the dark on purpose for your own happiness, I suppose. But you're going to regret that, because the sympathizers in 3 years, we're not sympathizing with the sympathizers. We're not fucking doing it. We're not doing it. You guys see somebody doing something crazy, record that. Because when this is over, when this shit is over, just like what happened in Germany in the 30s and 40s, no one's going to admit who they voted for. No one's going to admit the things they said. And we will hold them accountable so this shit never happens again. Grayson said, I had to take a break from politics because I had an emotional breakdown yesterday, but tonight I got to watch my home country's football team, football as in what Americans say is soccer, but the rest of the world recognizes as football. Team win tonight on opening night, 2-1. That's awesome. That's awesome, Grayson. I'm glad you are finding some joy in your day. And Ryan, the thing is, it's not stupidity. These are not dumb people that I've encountered. They are people I previously respected. Until someone literally tried to tell me I was spreading misinformation and that the SAVE Act didn't exist, despite already passing the House. And sometimes we have to accept that there are going to be some people who don't want to be educated, who don't want to change, and we cannot hyperfixate on them because it's going to be a waste of fucking time. A waste of fucking time. But Ryan, it is unconstitutional, absolutely, until you make those passports free. Sorry. That's poll tax. But really, anything that you are required to have that you are not given to for free, and you have to have that item, you have to purchase it in order to practice your right to vote, that is a poll tax. The SAVE Act is absolutely fucked up, and I truly hope the Senate says fuck that. Well, the good thing is the Senate first has to choose to vote on it. They can let it sit. They have to choose to vote on it. And I just hope it doesn't come to that. But if it does, like, we do need to be prepared, but I'm not trying to fearmonger at the same time. I'm trying to hold out hope, because I feel like the more we talk about the power they have and how powerless we are, so I'm going to try to change my own narrative. So we're going to say the privileged versus the people, and we're going to know what that means. And I'll try to, if you guys can think of a better way for me to say that, because I don't want to call them elite. I don't want to even call them billionaires. I don't want to give anything that would put that energy towards them. Because guess what? It is a Project Hail Mary, him trying to tell us about aliens. It is the last play in his failing playbook. Which one, Ryan? Sorry, remind me. Oh, yes, I did. That dude, incredible. Explains it so well. Sorry, dude. I get like, people send me multiple videos a day. I try to keep up. I'm not perfect with it, but we sure as hell try. But that was, I mean, that was a great synopsis of literally every fucking thing going on right now. Terabyte, what's up? Welcome in. Andy, hello. You're good. And he rocks. He really does. Like, I can't be that concise in my arguments, and he has a power that he is just fucking to the point. If you guys didn't know, the Supreme Court did strike down Trump's sweeping global tariffs. But before you get too excited, I mean, it is a victory, and we need to give it that. However, it's not like we're going to get the money back. The money goes to the importer, who's already made money, because we, the consumer, pay tariffs. The price is always passed down to the consumer. That is basic economics. But I will say, still not voting for you in the primaries. And I actually have a funny story about Gavin Newsom that I'll tell you after this. But Gavin Newsom and J.B. Pritzker of Illinois, Gavin Newsom obviously of California, are trying to get residents refunds because, again, it is the consumer that pays. But a funny thing about Gavin Newsom, I can actually pull up the text message right here. So, they send out those like long ass text messages. It says, Gavin Newsom here. Not sending this message to millions of people, but I am sending it to you. As you know, I have a book coming out in a few days. Didn't know that. Don't really give a fuck. It covers some very personal ground, but has some political stories I'm sure you'll enjoy. What, that of Charlie Kirk and Steve Bannon being the first guest on your podcast? No, thank you. That includes personal interactions with President Trump. Don't really give a fuck. The invisible plane. Don't really give a fuck. The presidential toilet. Don't really give a fuck. The state secrets, or what should have been state secrets. Well, if they were state secrets, we wouldn't be knowing them. So we already obviously know this. It says, you'll enjoy the book. So I am texting you, asking you to please buy a copy before it's released. Order it today, and it will be in the mailbox before you know it. Here's a link to buy. Thank you, Gavin Newsom. And my response was, fuck that and you. That's how I feel about that. How fucking dare you? When this is the first fucking year I'm going to have to pay taxes, and it's ironically the lowest paid I've been in San Diego. Fuck you. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Fuck you. No. Get fucked. Again, you will never see me vote for him in the primaries. If he does somehow make it to the main ticket and it's him versus the fucking regime we're dealing with right now, yes, harm reduction, I will vote for him. But still, primaries, suck a fat one. But yeah, no, shit's been crazy, guys. I hate taxes too. It doesn't make any fucking sense why they can't just tax us the appropriate fucking amount and then do away with this income tax season. The only reason they have it is so they can make money off people who can't afford to pay the taxes that they didn't pull out at the time, so they impose penalties. It's fucking crazy. I don't mind taxes if they are fair. Exactly. I, one, hate tax season. Two, honestly, it's just tax season because if I actually got to choose where my tax money would go, I would still pay it. I live in a donor state and I'm okay with that. But yeah, no, fuck this. Fuck this. It's just such a corrupt fucking scheme. And speaking of corrupt fucking schemes, let's talk about the Board of Peace a little bit. The Board of Peace, it's all about the Gaza reconstruction and the ceasefire, yet there's no Gaza representation, no Palestinian representation. No, it's basically Trump, who has appointed himself as a like a lifelong chairman. Yeah. And has just moved 10 billion with a B dollars into it. Yeah. Where the fuck is Congress? Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. They're on TikTok telling the people to do more instead of doing their fucking jobs and representing their constituents appropriately. As again, we are what? Taxed without representation. What is taxation without representation? Unconstitutional. Lifelong chairman, yeah. But let's just hope that that lifelong expires in about 6 months. But God knows who takes it over after him. But yeah, this Board of Peace is just absolutely fucking ridiculous. And it is a prime example of how our politicians right now, right and left, what's up, Daniel? Nice to see you. Our politicians right now, right and left, do not represent us because how the fuck is he being allowed to do this? Keep in mind, $10 billion, that's our taxpayer dollar. Keep in mind, 10 billion was actually the same number that he was suing the IRS for allegedly illegally like obtaining his tax information or maybe sharing his tax information. However, he was fucking found guilty. He was found guilty and he's suing for 10 billion. And he said that he was judge, jury, and he's already decided the way the case is going. And they're just letting him hold office. Meanwhile, in South Korea, they just arrested the former, I believe it's a president that they have down there, that caused an insurrection. Isn't that fucking ironic? Isn't that ironic? Also, if you didn't know, Andrew, formerly known as Prince Andrew, was arrested with things having to do with the files. But the irony about that, and hey, you know what? It is what it is. He was arrested on his birthday. And it makes me sad that he's a Pisces. Anyways, he is stealing from us, and our state representatives are doing nothing. We need to fire them all. Absolutely. Yeah, Ariana, it's crazy. I mean, we've got Lindsey Graham this past week has literally put out statements from Israel, by the way, where Tucker Carlson was detained. Don't know if you heard about that. Um, he said that the loss of American life is an acceptable risk in the efforts for a regime change in Iran. Now, I'm not saying I agree with the Iranian government. However, this is not to benefit the people of Iran. Plain and simple. They are trying to start a fucking war because what gets suspended during wars? That's right, elections. I wouldn't mind meeting Lindsay in a dark alley in my hometown. You can probably find Lindsay in a dark alley in your hometown, but watch out because in a certain community, he's known as Ladybug Graham, and I would never want to see all that. Hell no. You might be in for a blinding surprise or something that will make you wish you had lost your sight. One of the two. But guys, thank you so much. We just reached 10,000. We are 23 minutes in. We still have a little under 40 minutes left, 37 to be exact. Give me a couple seconds and I'll be right back. He's looking for a roll in the hay. He really is. He really, not Ryan. Ryan's not. We're talking about Lindsay, guys. Don't get it twisted. But right, even if you were, I would just hope you know that you deserve better than Ladybug Graham. And also better than Little Moses Grinder Johnson. Um, yeah. It's fucking crazy. I don't get it. I don't get it. But what do you guys want to talk about? You guys let me know. We can talk about something fun. You guys can ask me personal things or we can stay on politics. Totally up to you guys. It is a or I'm just going to say it's a what the fuck Friday. So, it can be fun or it can be factual. You guys let me know. Now listen, I can't take credit for the names. Little Mike Moses Grinder Johnson is courtesy of um Jennifer Welch of the I've Had It podcast, who I admire greatly. Although we don't agree with everything, I do admire her greatly. And it's good, by the way, to not agree with people you look up to 100% of the time, because then that is a number one sign you're in a cult. But I digress. That has nothing to do with conversations in politics, right? Anyways, and Ladybug Graham is actually the nickname that the male escort community that has experience with Ladybug Graham deemed him because of all the moles on his hind side. Micah doesn't know how to read it all. They really don't. Here's the thing. They fucking do. They choose not to. I'm so fucking sick of willful ignorance. Like everyone is going to try to use the excuse and the term of a low information voter after this, which is just like, people in rural locations that they're kind of the last ones to see the effects of these policies. Not saying it doesn't affect them, but they're normally the last ones to feel it because they're not at the prime of everything. And people are going to cling to that excuse when this shit is over. Don't let them. The internet exists. Print paper still exists, although I do think that independent media is the way to go, my opinion. Um, there are ways. Go to your fucking public library if you don't have internet at home and you can look things up. But you have to have the desire and you have to have the acceptance that you're going to have to hold yourself more accountable now that you know. There's things that I misspoke on earlier. Like I told you guys a story that, I fell for the whole All Lives Matter when I was like, I think I was 11th grader because it was really sold. I was like, All Lives Matter. And when I said it, I wasn't part of the All Lives Matter like clique. I literally thought it meant because I was in a low information area in like 2010s, really right before then. But anyways, doesn't matter. I really thought it meant like we're trying to include all lives. It was not until later that I educated myself and was like, "Oh, that's fucked up." Social media has been warning people for years. Okay, I'm talking about like 2009. I'm from Alabama. It is different, but it's now 2026, almost 20 years from now. So I'm literally talking about 20 years ago, and I'm not excusing it, but I'm letting you know something that happened and when I had to change and take accountability for myself. Dan50, what's up? Welcome in. Welcome in, guys. We are almost at 12K. Thank you so much. Once we get to 15, I'll visit Penelope again. If there's anything else you guys want to talk about in the comments, please, please, please let me know. And if you guys haven't followed me yet on YouTube, please, please, please do. Anytime you want to see a live and you may have missed it, it always gets recorded over there. It's absolutely free. And as much as I love gifts on here, I never pressure them. But if you want to know where 100% of your money is going, please do Cash App or Venmo. I only say that um, because on TikTok, you have to pay 100% for coins that they get 100% of. And then from those coins, they get 70% of whatever those coins purchase. So please, 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 if you want to know where it goes, go here. But if you like to gift, that's your thing too. Any Nancy G information, I'm going to be really honest. I haven't looked heavily into that situation. Um, if she comes back, it's because it was someone that knew a lot about her. And I only say that because she has medication she needs. And if she doesn't, then I think it's more almost kind of believable. But I hope she comes back safe. But I haven't really looked into it. I think they're using, not saying it's not sad, but I think they are using this situation to distract from a lot of other things. So I try not to focus on it. I just give them because it's fun. And that's beautiful. I appreciate that, Ryan. I always like to be very upfront with you about where your guys' money is going. So if you like it and you think it's fun, I appreciate it and thank you. Baby Girl 1973, welcome in. That's the name, guys. I'm not being inappropriate, I promise. Um, Interesting. Mississippi hospital closes all clinics after a ransomware attack. Fuck. Oh, a Texas man was fatally pew-pewed by a federal immigration agent last year during a stop. Just coming out this year. This is fucking crazy. Like, and people literally believe, they literally fucking believe that the shit isn't happening. It's right before our eyes. We are literally living in 1984, where people have been convinced not to believe their eyes or their ears. It's crazy. And that's why they're pushing AI so much. One, to replace us in the workforce so they aren't dependent on people with needs, but also have voices. But two, so we don't know what's real and what's not. Exactly. The Blizzard Brigade has not left Minnesota. People believe he's he's doing a good job, or that Blizzard Brigade's doing a good job, which is crazy. I'm not saying that in its history since 2003, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was established 2003, I read. I'm not saying they haven't completed the jobs they were supposed to complete at certain times. I'm not saying, everyone that's been in it is of ill intent, but what it's gotten to and what it's past been, because it does have a very murky past as well. But what's going on right now, even if you're not doing the shitty stuff yourself, what's up, Jolena? Nice to see you. Even if you're not doing, what's up, Joey? Hello, hello. Even if you're not doing shitty things, but it's just like 2020 with the cops, but you're watching your coworkers do it and you're not doing anything to fucking stop it, and you're choosing to remain in that field and do nothing to stop it, just as guilty. Because in fucking 10 years from now, we're not sympathizing with the sympathizers. The other day, I joined a live and they said that the Blizzard Brigade was violating the Constitution. Oh, they absolutely are. Oh, you said that. Of course they blocked you. Hello, sweet friend. How are you? And guys, we are inching, yep, bystander guilt. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it happens in a lot of fields. Like, if you see something, say something, right? They tell us that in every job. If I were to see something fucked up in the hospital, and I have, it's my duty to fucking report that shit and make sure it doesn't happen. It doesn't matter if it's my friend, it doesn't matter if it's my boss, it doesn't matter if it's my fucking worst enemy. You have to fucking report that shit and hold people accountable, because people can die in these situations, and we've seen it. Have you heard that woman from Minnesota today? I have not. What's going? From Blue Moon. She's posted a few times, but I haven't heard from her personally. Princess, what's up? Welcome in. White people need to be the ones calling it out. I mean, I think all people need to, but especially right now, people that look like me should be at the fucking forefront calling this shit out. Abso-fucking-lutely. Because here's the thing, and it can make some people mad. I don't really give a fuck. White privilege is a thing. I didn't have a very privileged life overall, but that doesn't mean I didn't experience white privilege in certain situations. And now we need to use that privilege because but here's also the thing, and I'm not trying to contradict anything I said. We're now seeing from Renee Good and Alex Preddy, they just don't give a fuck anymore. They just don't give a fuck. But our legal system don't hold people accountable. It doesn't. It absolutely doesn't hold people accountable. But here's the thing. Other countries, their like peer enforcement in whatever way they enforce it or they operate, it's been proven to work. Let's start holding people accountable. Like when this shit is over and I'm telling you guys to screenshot all the fucked up things you're saying, and you're going to run into people just like that or those same people, and they're going to say, I didn't vote for him. I never said that. No, I would never do that. Fuck you. I got the proof because I'm a Pisces and I will keep receipts for years if it proves my point. Call me petty, but it ain't wrong. My childhood was very rough and I never really saw white privilege, but I also didn't know about it. So I didn't know about it either. In fact, when I found out about it, because I hadn't had a privileged life, I kind of like felt weird about, being told that. But then someone described it to me in a situation, and it was a situation that had actually happened to me before. They were like, say you go into a store late at night with you and your friend who is a person of color or different in any way. And the cashier starts yelling at someone because he thinks you're stealing, right? It's never going to be someone who looks like me when there's someone who doesn't that's there to blame. Plain and simple. White privilege is the fact that if you are, we'll say now, an acceptable white tea, and you were found hanging from a tree, the police would investigate. Yet we've had multiple people over the past 18 months, and every fucking time it's ruled self-inflicted, despite having blunt force trauma. That's white privilege. Even if it doesn't affect you in the day-to-day, situations that are happening, we see proof of it. And I'm not saying you should have white guilt, but I think you should have an awareness and you should try to make sure that you don't repeat the same mistakes, whether purposeful or not, as those that came before us. Yeah, my life wasn't hard due to my skin color. Exactly. I just had a hard life. That's a really good way to put it. Thank you. I appreciate that answers for you. My life wasn't hard because of my skin color. Um, and honestly, in some situations in my hard life, my skin color made it a lot easier. And that's just the way it is. And it's not okay, but that was my lived experience, and I didn't realize that until later. And now I try to do what I can, um, in the most aware way. And I'm not perfect. I'm not claiming that, but I try to do what I can to advocate for those that don't have this color skin. Because who the fuck else? Like no one else gets taken seriously. There could be someone. Here's another example. There could be someone who is a person of color who is way more qualified than me. And we're saying the same thing, but we differ on one or two things. People's unconscious bias, they're probably going to agree with me if they don't know our educational background. And sometimes even if they do. I mean, we literally have had people just saying that they wouldn't want to be on a plane with a woman of color as the pilot. The fuck? The fuck does that have to do with anything? I mean, when you have, and honestly, white privilege is the fact that, pardon me, is the fact that, and this isn't to call out, all white males, but white males are the top percentage in violent crime, in mass pew-pewings, across the fucking board, yet they're never the first one questioned. It's fucking crazy. And guys, we're almost at 15K. I'm going to wet my whistle a little bit, but we have 23 more minutes left in here. Let's try to get to 30K. Why not? I know I've said some trigger words, so it's not going to push us out, and that's okay. Oh, Grayson, earlier, you said all we're missing is the newspapers and rotary phones. Low key, I miss rotary phones. Those things were fun as fuck. But yeah, now this shit, it's crazy, guys. It's fucking crazy. And we're at 15K. Thank you so much. And if anyone else wants to, you know, take a little pressure off while I'm visiting with Penelope, please do. JP, come here. Let's give the people a little joy. Welcome back, JP, to the live. Hi, Bubba. He scared the shit out of me today because, of course, 15, 20 minutes before my alarm went off, my low battery and my fire alarm started chirping at 4:15 in the morning. Scared the shit out of this guy. He starts acting funny. I try to take my fire extinguisher off the wall. I do successfully, but when I lifted up the battery case, the copper was still charged, and I zapped myself again at 4 o'clock in the morning. Then I walked to 7-Eleven to see if they had a 9 volt. Of course they didn't. I come back, I let JP out, I take him for a walk. He tries to run away twice. Um, he won't take his treats. He won't eat. I finally get him to before I go. And then at the end of it, I get home and he's fine. I freak out all day at work thinking like, oh my God, like, is he getting dementia or something? Literally just scared of a chirp. Literally just scared of a chirp. But we love you so much, JP. Go get your toy. Go get your toy. Yeah, it was a hard morning. I've had a few hard mornings this week, but when you have a hard morning, you can only hope the day goes up from there. And sometimes it did, sometimes it didn't. You know, yesterday, I was trying to go live and then I was stuck in traffic and an Uber for almost right at an hour, really. Um, and then I get home and I'm like, okay, I might still be able to make the live. My fucking Wi-Fi's down. But then today, I had a hard morning. I got to see my work wife today, which is always great. It was a chill day. My boss did let me leave a little bit early to come check on JP because he loves JP very much and knows JP is my only family. Um, and now I'm here with you guys. So it's been pretty good. Oh, and we refilled Penelope. So it's about balance, people. It's about balance. But is there anything you guys want to talk about? Wait, Trump signs global. I thought Trump just got in trouble for tariffs, calling them illegal, and now they're saying Trump signs global 10% tariff, says it will take effect almost immediately. What? Oh, to replace EPA duties after the Supreme Court. Oh my God. So, like, what the fuck is the point of this shit? I'm so confused. Am I still in Alabama? No. I am in California now, which is why I speak directly about Gavin Newsom because he's my governor. Um, so what the fuck was the point in the Supreme Court's decision if he's going to say, okay, we'll just do it again? How the fuck does this keep happening? I don't I don't get it. I don't get it. But whenever you get frustrated, think about this. That man and reportedly his son, by the way, which I think is hilarious, have to wear diapers because they shit themselves. Tariffs are meant to be temporary. And also, it's like the these tariffs are for a limited time, is what I heard. But the thing is, they just ruled that these tariffs are illegal. And so he's just implementing other tariffs under something different until that gets ruled illegal. If this is allowed to keep going the same fucking way, he's just going to keep doing this shit and enriching himself. Apparently, he has a few different ways to use tariffs, and that's fucked. That's super fucked. Hundreds of students suspended, schools under close watch over anti-ICE walkouts. Students are getting suspended for practicing their First Amendment rights. Students that don't have the right to vote, but have to deal with the effects of what people vote for and who they elect, and the crazy shit that the person they elect chooses to do affects them. This is their only way to be heard, and they're getting fucking suspended for it. It's bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. They cited truancy concerns. Get fucked. Get fucked. I'm bald and I'm not sad. Some participants cited personal deportation experiences, including students who said family members were deported as motivation for protest after the unalivings of Renee Good and Alex Preddy by federal immigration officers. School districts emphasize rules on unexcused absences and leave, noting punishments target skipping class, not the protest message. That is just not the fucking case. That's not the fucking case. It's simply not. But I'm going to tell you something to you students. And this is the time where you use peer pressure for good. They can't suspend everyone. I don't care if you have to peer pressure the fuck out of people. Make them walk out with you. If those classrooms are empty, and that means the whole fucking school staff as well, and adults, you should be supporting this shit. I'm not saying they shouldn't be learning, but I'm saying you should support your students' right to be fucking heard when they're affected by these goddamn policies every fucking day. Every single person in that school should walk out, staff and students. And when you get that to happen, they can't do shit. The same way we can't do shit about Trump because our politicians aren't fucking doing anything for us, they can't do anything to you. This will not stand. It will go to the fucking Supreme Court. And Kamala Harris, if you want a moment of redemption over your whole truancy shit, you need to speak the fuck up, and you need to make sure these students are not suspended, are not expelled, do not get banned from their fucking proms. These parents are not jailed for their students fucking protesting, and these teachers aren't fucking punished for allowing their students to practice their constitutional fucking rights. That is on you, Kamala Harris. If you want to fucking run for president again, you need to fix the shit that you did here in California. I love that you apologized for it. Now's your chance to fucking advocate for better and show that you have changed. Sorry about that. I did not hear that someone burned Renee Good's memorial. That's fucking sick and disgusting. That's so fucking sick. Joy, what's up? Nice to see you. Sorry about that rant, guys, but I mean, that's the way it's got to be. It has to be all of us against them. Captain Monotone, hello. Hello. Nice to see ya. But yeah, no, this shit is, it's fucking crazy. It should never be fucking allowed. But guys, we hit 20,000 because I was just super, super pumped. Give me 1 second. You say you want Katie Porter to run for CA governor. I'm kind of interested in Ramsey Robinson, but I think he should run as a Democrat and not the way he's running right now. Also, Mamdani, please help out California. Convince your PR team to, if not work pro bono, to at least give advice to Ramsey's PR team, because his social media is, I'm sorry, it's fucking terrible. They found gas cans right in front of her memorial. That's nuts. That is fucking nuts. I'm also interested in Oliver Ma for lieutenant governor here in California. Again, interested, not decided on, but interested. Again, people don't give Mamdani's PR team, including his wife, enough credit, because she did a lot of the designs, by the way. But you need good PR. Donald Trump has good fucking PR. Mamdani had good fucking PR. You have to have good PR these days. And you would think with all of these social media creators out there that it would be easier, but it's not. But that is horrendous about Renee Good's memorial. Horrendous. Did you guys hear though that U2 actually made, or they just released a new album for the first time forever, and one of them is a tribute to Renee Good, which is pretty fucking cool. I mean, it's not going to bring her back. It's not going to, you know, take that loss away from her children, but you know when the music gets good that the times are getting bad, but through that, we've to go out to get out, you got to go through. You know what I'm saying? I did, and I'm so proud they did that. Me too. Bobby G, what's up? Welcome in, welcome back. Um, yeah, again, Trump orders agencies to identify and release government files on aliens. Who gives a fuck? You know what I do give a fuck? The fact that the US economy only grew at 1.4% according to the final quarter of 2025, which is obviously well below expectations and well below what he said he delivered. Yet another lie. I I really don't get it. But everyone, happy Friday. Happy Friday. We got about 12 minutes left in here, so let's have a little bit of fun. If you guys want to ask me anything, as long as it's appropriate, it can be personal, it can be political. You guys let us know. Haven't seen you on TikTok for a while. Good to see you. I've been following you on the tube. Thank you so much, Michelle. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Dr. Love, I know, I know. And Michelle, thank you so much for the heart me. I appreciate it. And thank you all for the gifts tonight. I really do appreciate you all. Sorry it's still not pushing this channel out that much. It is, I think we're kind of stalemate. We might stay at 30,000 forever, but it's going to be a community of 30,000 and not just something that I did to try to get rich or famous and then just drop because I'm not growing, because that's stupid. Am I in the health field? I used to be. I was a medical assistant, and then I was a respiratory care practitioner here in California at a Trauma One center. Um, Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys so much. And thank you for the shares, the gifts. Jeez, Jolena. Thanks for doing this. I always enjoy it. Joey, thank you for always tuning in. I thank you all for always tuning in. I really appreciate you all. Grayson over on YouTube says, if I ever wanted to get a job, I would have to lie and say I'm American for my own safety. And that shouldn't be. That shouldn't be. You got Jolena and Ryan are going crazy right now. So, Michelle, thank you so much for the road. Guys, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys so much. We are so close to 30,000. Thank you for the gifts. Actually, when we just got to 25, we're going to do a 5-second. I know it's not our normal 8, but that is because this is my first day off my tea break and we have 11 minutes left and I don't want to fall asleep on camera. So, give me 5 seconds. And if you guys want to, enjoy as well. Whoo! Because I want to watch it later, I ordered some Pineapple Express. So that is quite the one to start back on, but it is what it is. But if you guys want to share anything positive that happened to you this week, maybe we end it off on some positive notes. I do have, oh, why has Israel been attacking Lebanon? Trump tells Hamas to proceed with full and immediate disarmament. Hamas says political path for Gaza must begin with end to Israeli aggression. This is just crazy. Interesting. Trump's Board of Peace pledges $17 billion for Gaza reconstruction. And know that $10 billion is coming from our taxpayer dollars. Yes, let me get the date real quick. It was, sorry guys, I'm on ground news, so 5 hours ago. At least 10 unalived in Israeli strikes in Lebanon, including Hezbollah official. But Dublin saying 6 unalived, 25 injured. So I think the numbers are still out because now this says 10 people were unalived and 50 injured. I think, yeah, it's that. This is just nuts. They're trying to drag us into everything with them, and Donald Trump's going to let them because, again, if we're at war, what doesn't happen? Elections. What the fuck? We will be bankrupt by next year as a country for him funding other countries. Yeah, yeah. And again, I know it's everyone's question, and I know deep down we know the answer, but where the fuck is Congress? How is this just being allowed to fucking happen? How is Pam Bondi allowed to be in charge of the fucking DOJ? How is Kristi Noem allowed to be in charge of DHS? How are any of these fucks qualified? Oh, that's right. They're not. Yet the people that are, the people that we voted for, are choosing to stay rich and fuck the people. And you know what that is? That just screams weakness. And karma is going to make them poor as shit when all of this is over. Dr. Love said Trump is best at bankruptcies. Absolutely. Absolutely. Miss D, what's up? Welcome in. And the money he's blowing on his war with America. Yeah. I mean, he's trying to incite World War III and a civil war all at once. Liberty Boy, hello. It's nice to see you. It's been a minute. Welcome back. Welcome back. Absolutely nice to see you. Guys, we're almost at our goal of 30,000. We still have 8 minutes left. So thank you guys so much. And again, thank you for all the gifts. That was incredible. You guys just blew it up. I appreciate it. Incredible. Incredible. Let's see what else is going on. And guys, if you haven't yet, hit follow. If you're new here, welcome in. Oh shit, and I haven't even said this the whole time. Guys, if you are new here, Michelle, thank you so much for the gifts. I appreciate it. Welcome to Red, White, and WTF. I'm Dana, and my political beliefs aren't all that political. I think anyone should be able to do whatever the fuck they want, as long as it does not harm or unalive anyone or anything, or impede on or take away the rights of others. I also believe that healthcare, housing, food, and education should all be affordable and accessible. I believe that our taxpayer dollars should go back to taxpayers and not to billionaire tax breaks, because reportedly, like Tesla, Amazon, all of like those top 5 companies, they got $51 billion in tax breaks. And when you average that out with what they actually paid, they had a 4.9% federal tax rate. That's what they paid. That's what they paid. And people that make less than $50,000 a year have to pay so much more in percentage wise than that. And you know, a lot of people, Ryan, thank you so much. And so many people want to say, oh, well, they still contribute so much. They contribute more than we do. Yeah, but if your friend has $1 and you have 10, because we're going to use numbers that we can comprehend. If I have $1 and you have 10, and we're both taxed just the same percent, they're taxed way less. But if we're both taxed the same percent, I have to pay a penny, you have to pay $1. You pay more, but you still have $9. All I have is 9 cents. It's not that fucking hard to understand. And if you're ever wanting to know, just look at how much a billion actually is. Like, just in ones. Look that shit up, and it will convince you that those people with that money, in whatever fucked up ways they did to acquire it, and it's cursed money, because that is the energy we're putting out to them. We're not calling them powerful, we're not calling them elite, because they're not. They're weak little men that hide behind fake currency, and that's cursed money, and they're gonna get their fucking karma. Plain and fucking simple. Guys, we are almost at 30,000. Thank you so much. Yeah, dude, that's fucking wait. No, it's 999. 999 $999,999 or ones plus one. That's crazy. So add 2 nines to that, Ariana. All of the MAGAs have enlarged amygdalas and cannot lead, and they lead with fear, not courage. Absolutely. In 1995, Trump was worth less than 30 million. Now we the people who hold almost a trillion. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. You did get the point, but yeah. So it's 999,999,999 plus 1. That is fucking... Wait. No, yeah, that's right. Okay. I was playing myself. I was like, wait. No, yeah. That's fucking crazy. And they think it's unfair for them to have to pay taxes. These big companies that use up, they're taking over power grids, taking away from other people. They're using so much, companies like Amazon using so much fucking infrastructure every single day. 4.9% federal tax rate. It's fucking crazy. But guys, we hit 30,000. Thank you so, so, so much. Give me another 8. You know, we'll do 8 seconds. We'll do 8 seconds. I can get through 3 minutes, I think. I think I can do 8 minutes. Woo! It's all right. It's all right. And Michelle, I always encourage all of you to follow each other because we know the guidelines and restrictions are getting harder every day. My channel may not be here tomorrow. It might not be here in 2 hours, but it still might be here in, 10 years. Who knows? But if we all follow each other, it's going to be that much quicker to reconnect because we're not going to stop this. It is a blinker check time. I already did mine, as you can tell. But feel free to do it right now. We got about 2 minutes in here. I mean, if you guys wanted to get to 35,000, I would stay on till 35,000. I think you can get it by like 1802 at the very longest. I don't go live for those restrictions. Yeah. No, I know. Ariana, it's hard. Blacktop, what's up? Welcome in. Welcome back. We are finishing up here tonight, but man, it's actually been a really good live. I was kind of low energy because I had broke my tea break and it was getting to me, but dude, it was a good live. It was a good live. And again, to those students who they're threatening to, suspend, expel, charge the parents, not let you go to prom. This is a time in your life where you can use peer pressure for good. And you get every staff member, you get every fucking student out of that building to practice your First Amendment right because you are Americans. And although you do not have the right to vote yet, it is coming. And the fact that you are this involved now gives me hope for the future. If everyone does it, they can't punish everyone. They can't do it. And they're doing the same thing in students to Haloma. And I'm addressing people all over the country because it's happening in Oklahoma, it's happening in Tennessee, it's happening in Virginia. I volunteer to be Robin Hood. I love that. I love that. We're just we're gonna leave that, and yes, allegedly, allegedly, everyone. And in our last minute, when you're feeling low, there's one thing I want you to look up, which is a quokka. Hard to be mad when you look at a quokka. Quokka. Again, Quokka. Um, do that whenever you're feeling just really sad or maybe filled with rage. Remember that the person that sits at the Resolute desk has to wear a diaper every day because of a wooden stake. Yeah. Um, and one last thing, as we almost approach 35,000, capybaras as well. As we almost approach 35,000, come here. Come here. One last time with the boy JP, one little dose of joy for you guys to take with you into the weekend. I'll probably go live around 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time tomorrow. That's going to be 5 Eastern, 4 Central, 3 Mountain. If anything changes, I'll let you know in the story. So be sure to follow me so you see that. First and foremost, you got anything to say to the camera? Yeah, that was it. That was it. Thank you. Thank you. Oh no, we got to get that off the screen. Kanye West, guys. Nope. Couldn't be me. 35,000 JP. Jake. Good boy. Here you go. We're getting Drake off the screen too. Just guilty by association with both of those. Nope. Okay, this is fine. All right, but we're at 35. It is 1901. You guys got it by 1907, which is crazy. Thank you guys so much for that. We are going to do 8 more seconds. Um, We can all take it together, absolutely. Let's do 8 seconds with whatever you're doing. You can count fast, you can count slow. It's entirely up to your experience as long as you are safe and within your home and of age. I also do not recommend or condone any of this. This is of your own free will and volition. All right, with that, thank you guys, and I'll see you in 8 seconds. All right, guys. Thank you so much for the likes, the gifts, the follows, the conversation. We're coming back tomorrow, 2 p.m. I will see you there. I love you all. Thank you for everything. Ooh, ooh, it burns. But I love you all so much. Have a great night. Find something that makes you feel a little bit of joy today. Bye, guys. All right, all right. YouTube, we're going to go as well. Grayson, Ryan, thank you as always. Love you both, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.